Hello, everybody. My name's Jim, and this is the Why Haven't I Read These Books Yet tag. That is a long name. That's a mouthful. It took me 2 takes, but I got it. Anyway, I was tagged by Chatty the Mad Chatter over on her channel. I'm going to link it down below, as well as the originators of this tag. The idea was first created by Fiber Artsy Reads, Crystal. I'm going to link her channel, and it was made into a tag by another bibliophile Reads. Gonna link to his channel too. So lots of channels to link to in this. I'm not gonna tag anybody because I don't really know who wants to do this. So if you want to do this tag at the end, go for it. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. I don't really remember to do that in these videos, but I remember now. But first, let's get into the first prompt, a classic book. I'm planning to read this soon because I know that a remake is coming out, but it is The Color Purple by Alice Walker. December, I believe, is the release date for the new movie. The original movie was one that I was never able to watch. It came out a little before my time, and I never caught it on TV. That was really the only way that our family was able to watch movies most of the time. But yeah, this is a book that I've really wanted to read. Since I've never seen the movie, I don't really know what to expect. And I feel like this year will be the year that I read it. I'm going to use this video to hold me accountable. And all of these books I'm going to read at some point, and you guys are going to see reviews for these on this channel eventually. The next prompt is a fiction book, and this was a little bit harder. I had a hard time finding just a generic fiction book that I wanted to read, but I did find one on my list, and it's Color Me In by Natasha Diaz. There's something about the experience where someone doesn't feel blank enough. It is very common for people in different communities to feel that sort of pressure and feeling that you don't necessarily fit in one side or the other. And as it pertains to race, this sounds like something that I would be very interested in because this is an experience within the experience that I'm not familiar with. So definitely looking forward to reading this book at some point. The next prompt is a nonfiction book. As somebody who enjoys memoirs, this is not a short list. But I really want to read You Can't Be Serious by Cal Penn. He's always had a personality that strikes me. I find him very funny, and he has been through a lot. He is a comedian. He's worked in the White House. He's done a lot. And I can only imagine that he has incorporated his humor into his memoir, and I feel like, in general, it'll be a fun read. A genre book. This one has been on my shelf for such a long time. Let me grab it. Oh my gosh, it is under a stack. Hang on. Okay, no mishaps. I got it. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. It's in my hand right now. It has been sitting on my shelf for the longest time, and I just have not gotten around to read it. I am so behind because this is one of the books that I wanted to read when I knew that I wanted to make a Booktube channel, because I know how popular it is and everybody talks about it. So I really need to get around to reading this. I have to. I know that it's highly acclaimed, and I hope that I don't let people down with my review. I just hope I don't hate it. But I'm really looking forward to reading this one. This is one of the ones that I need to get to at some point. Hopefully I will this year. And then the last prompt is the book that's been on my shelf the longest, and that is Mr. Bridge by Evan S. Connell. I read Mrs. Bridge. That was the first book in the duology. Loved her story. I loved how each of the chapters were just small, short vignettes that didn't last very long. They were easy to read. It was a quick book to get through. She had a compelling story. She reminded me a lot of some of the people that I knew growing up. Some of the older women, especially. Just her views, her opinions, her outlooks. It's a point of view that I wasn't expecting to enjoy as much. And what I fear is that I'm not going to like Mr. Bridge as much as his wife. The only thing that I would say that I look forward to while reading Mr. Bridge is his relationship with their oldest child, who was personally my favorite of the children, even though she didn't have very much page time. She had a closer relationship with her father, and I feel like when I read Mr. Bridge, I'm going to see that relationship a little bit more. But as far as Mr. Bridge himself, I don't know if I'm going to like his personality as much. I feel like perhaps it's going to be too bland to something that I already know. And Evan S. Connell is a great writer. I need to fight those expectations because I know that they're just not going to be true. I know that his book is going to be compelling. I just don't know if it's going to be as compelling. So this is just a case of the first book being so enjoyable that I don't want that experience to be ruined. Basically. So yeah, those are my books. I do plan to get to them. If not this year, then, at some point in the future. If any of these books interest you, click the Goodreads link in the description, find the retailer of your choice and purchase them from there, or borrow the books using Libby, Hoopla, or your local library if they're available. Otherwise, I've been Jim. You've been great. Happy reading.